Or actually, let me take it one by one. So, the quality of a child's life is directly proportional to their upbringing by their parents or whoever brought them up. It's influenced by their society, be it their friends, be it the schools, be it their environment, as I said before, be it what they watch, what they see, they're learning. And when I was speaking to Mr. Peter, I was explaining to him that a lot of times, even in my opinion, a lot of these will be my opinion, we see these children that obviously are, whether doing well or not doing well in society, and we expect the change to start with them. But I question that, what have we done as parents or the older generation? And it's not here to blame anybody today, or to just to ask a question, that have we done our part? Have we played that leading example in their lives from when they're young? I believe as well that from the age of when a child is born till they're about 7, you'd be surprised. I was laughing with my older sister there today, and I said that, you know, when you used to get dressed with your friends and you guys used to have all these conversations, and I was probably like, what, 8 or 10, and you thought I didn't understand anything. Let me confess to you now, years later, I knew everything you were saying. So a lot of times you think that because children are young, they're not seeing it. They see everything. They understand everything. They may be young and not be able to process as much as we do, but it is just as important that if we're asking them, let's not be a parent, or don't be a parent that says, go and read your books, and you're sitting in front of a TV for 24 hours and expecting your child to be a doctor tomorrow. Don't be expecting a child to know everything that you want them to know, but you haven't sat with them with quality time to explain to them what life is about. It is our responsibility. So just moving on, sorry, this mic is a little bit, okay. So as the first generation of African teenagers in Ireland, I see that the society is changing. From when I grew up in Ireland, I have a younger sister as well. So when I speak to her about, you know, what's going on in your teenage life, I'm able to see that it seems like a little bit of a cycle, but obviously with every generation, we did have the internet obviously, but we didn't have as much of the influence that the internet is causing nowadays. I mean, from the age of 5 years of age, my little nieces and nephews can do things on my phone and making me feel like Methuselah that I wouldn't know how to do at 5 or 6. So they're already being exposed to, whether it's social media, whether it's anything online. You would be surprised what is out there and what we need to guide them from. So my approach, honestly, today is from as early as possible, because prevention is better than cure. So I was reading something that says that laws are not created to accommodate vices. You can see vices in this case as immoral behavior in society, but to stop them. So we don't create laws in the nation to accommodate these vices, but it's actually to stop them, because vices usually pre-exist. So somebody had to rob a shop before a law came in, the do not steal. Somebody had to commit something that is against the law before the law was passed across to not do it. Am I preaching here? When the law arrives, conscience comes into play, or you can say the conscience awakens, which basically means that sometimes kids don't know what is wrong until they are taught what is right. So then the question today as well is that if they're already doing what is wrong, can we ask that were they taught what is right? And if they were taught what is right, could there be something that we could have possibly done better? So we don't live to make decisions, we live for their consequences. And so if we're teaching these children about the decision that they must make in life, are we just telling them, don't do this or don't do that? Are we explaining to them the consequences of doing those things? I'm going to keep flying because I can see So as a Christian as well myself, I was reading the book of Proverbs that said, he who spares accountability hates his son, but he who loves him is careful to discipline them. So some of the solutions that I looked at was discipline. And parenting is an art, and discipline is correction and direction. I think sometimes in the African society, we look at it as what is discipline. For some, it's a little bit of spanking, it's a bit of shouting, it's a bit of this, and it's a bit of that.